Is Northwest Arkansas becoming the tech hub for America? Today we're diving into all those details. Plus, Walmart just announced a huge partnership with the leading AI model in America. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good state of Illinois, the worst. Anyways, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I could have moved to Huntsville, I could have moved to Tennessee, Kentucky, Florida, Colorado, Arizona, anywhere I wanted to in America, but I chose Northwest Arkansas, and it is by far the best place to live in America, by far. If you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, call me, text me, let's meet up for coffee and talk about, again, why Northwest Arkansas is, again, the best place to live in America, by far. So without further ado, let's jump right into the content. All right, and the first thing we're diving into is the brand new partnership with Walmart and Openai. Now, if you're looking to move to Northwest Arkansas, you're like checking this place out, this might not be super relevant to you, but I really do think you need to pay attention to this information right now. So Walmart just announced a massive partnership with Openai, who is the maker of ChatGPT. And if you used AI system ever, most likely it was ChatGPT realistically. The end result of this partnership is the fact that eventually, like very soon, consumers will be able to actually chat with ChatGPT and order things through Walmart right through that app. The reason I want to mention this is I'm not going to get into the details of what this looks like or what this means, but it just does reinstate that Walmart is 100% involved in AI and all the technologies that are coming down the pipeline. Now, some may argue in the past that Walmart's a legacy company, they don't know what they're doing, yada, 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 but that cannot be farther from the truth. And the reason I know that is because I've lived here since 2020. I've seen driverless Walmart vehicles, I've seen drones, I've seen electric planes, I've seen all these crazy technologies that Walmart is consistently working on. So the partnership with Openai makes total sense. So again, we need to answer the question, which we're going to dive into the details now. Is this becoming more of a tech hub across America? And the second thing we need to cover when it comes to Northwest Arkansas becoming a tech hub, this is just a prerequisite for all things when it comes to building a business, so to speak. You need to make a great place to live. That's why the Waltons, the Tysons, the JB Hunts, the Simmons Chickens, all the different middle-sized companies have invested so heavy into making Northwest Arkansas just an amazing place to live. If not, some people say like me, the best place to live in America. But it really is true. You really need to make a great place to live, and not only for the employees and the adjacent partners and all the other people invested in the companies, you need to make a great place to live for everybody as much as possible. That's why the trail systems are so fantastic. That's why the lakes are so good. That's why you're able to go to so many different places. That's why there's great commercial buildings. That's why there's so many restaurants. That's why there's the Walton Arts Center and Crystal Bridges and the Momentary and obviously Theater Squared. There's so many things to do, which makes it a great place to live. You can't really bring in talent, jobs, and people to move here when it's kind of a questionable area. That's why places like San Fran, which will always be probably honestly the tech hub for a long, long time, it really struggles to bring talent in. The only thing they have going for it, if I'm being honest, is there's a huge tech hub there. We're aware of this. But is it a good place to live? I don't know about that. So again, San Fran, parts, obviously Austin is coming up on the map a little bit more, parts of North Carolina. But again, Northwest Arkansas is really, really making, we'll say, an incentive structure for people to be like, hey, you want to move here, get a job here, have a high paying salary, move away from the coast potentially, move away from problematic parts of America and come to the heartland and have all these different things, great weather, great trail systems, great community, great schools, great healthcare, great all these different things. You probably should at least think about it before you make your next choice. So that's one of the actual, let's say, layers to the cake of what makes a great tech hub. Whoa, 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 whoa. I made something for you. I made something called 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to check this place out. Maybe you're looking to see if it is the best place to live in America. Secret, it is. I made 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're an adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. I have 3-day itineraries linked below. So definitely download them and use them when you get down here. Also, you might be using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. It sounds exactly what it is, literally. So enter your information below, names, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to in Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below and make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for home for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, every single Friday, I send an email just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What's going on First Thursdays? When's First Fridays? What's going on downtown Rogers? What's going on in Pinnacle? There are so many things all the time happening in Northwest Arkansas. Enter your name and email below and make sure you get that email every single Friday. But I need you to be aware, you will get a little fear of missing out, a little FOMO, so to speak, but I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the second reason why Northwest Arkansas is again becoming a great tech hub, beyond the outdoors, beyond the great place to live, is just kind of recruiting good talent to Northwest Arkansas. Again, you have to have good, talented people moving here that want to work for either one of the actual retailers, 3M, Dove, Coca-Cola, Nestle, whatever, or work for JB Hunt, Tyson, or Walmart, or whoever if you want to be in that corporate structure. So again, you have to have good talent moving here, and the incentive structure again is higher salaries, higher payouts, bigger stock options, and just a great place to live. But with all that comes just kind of recruiting the best talent. In the last probably 3 to 4 years, especially in the last year, since Walmart headquarters is open, the amount of talent, I say talent, I mean jobs and people moving across the world to come here, has been honestly exponential and extraordinary. Just people with AI backgrounds and tech backgrounds, and just shuffling obviously the org structure around to make it more AI focused. I've helped a lot of people from San Fran move here, from San Diego move here, from Texas move here, from North Carolina move here, from Florida and New York and Chicago, help move here to really be part of the kind of the upcoming tech boom, and I use that term loosely, and I'll get to why in a second, tech boom in Northwest Arkansas. Because again, it's not just obviously making a great place to live, but if you are looking to up your career path, if you're looking to obviously have a great friends here, or a great family, or a great community, or whatever, obviously they're trying to recruit the best people possible. If you want to work with those people, there's certainly a good portion of them coming to Northwest Arkansas. And again, whether it's the Alice Walton School of Medicine, or the new Cancer Research Center, or if it's new art directors, or new tech directors, or AI directors, or, obviously system directors, or whatever it is, they are obviously poaching people from high positions in other, we'll say, adjacent companies, I say that loosely, to obviously poach them to move to Northwest Arkansas. The cake is being stacked. And so if you're looking to move here for those reasons, there is no better reason because of obviously the tech stack, the cake, so to speak, and also obviously the great place to live. And the third and final reason why Northwest Arkansas really is on the brink of a huge tech boom in really America is just the strictly due to investments as well as the startup culture in the area. Northwest Arkansas is very unique, the fact that it is a very startup friendly, meaning you don't have to be in the tech industry whatsoever. If you want to build an HVAC company, very plausible, very doable. If you want to build a painting company or a plumbing company, or do something with logistics, or if you want to do something with robotics, or if you want to do something more tech focused, very plausible here. And the reason being, and what I want to get to, is that a lot of the tech startups, again, aren't necessarily like, we're going to make the best AI company. They're really focused on leveraging the actual resources here, logistics, supply chain, retail, art, business, all those different things exist here. And so you might not necessarily hear the fact that the next big tech company that's going to be worldwide is coming out of Bentonville, because a lot of times the logistic companies are trying to be working with obviously JB Hunt, or the actual production companies are trying to work with Tyson, or retail spaces are trying to work with Walmart. And you're probably not going to see on NBC News or Fox or wherever the next big tech startup because out of Bentonville, because they're very centric around the actual resources here. So if you're looking to build something here, look to get connected here, looking to obviously be kind of I always call them recession-proof businesses, because the fact that, again, retail isn't going anywhere, transportation isn't going anywhere, logistics isn't going anywhere, food isn't going anywhere, supply chain isn't going anywhere. All those things are very, very resistant to any sort of recession in America, because if things go sideways when it comes to other parts, we'll say technology, it's not like Walmart's gonna be going anywhere anytime soon. Same thing with Tyson, same with JB Hunt, same thing with Simmons, same thing with all the startup companies here. It's like they might be acquired, they might have some investment into them, and they're gonna be around for the long term or get bought out by obviously some of the big companies. So that is kind of the nature of a tech-centric area. That's why Northwest Arkansas might not be the next San Fran, or maybe even the next Austin, so to speak, but it might be, and there's a very high chance that it could be a huge center for, again, transportation, for obviously supply chain and retail for obvious reasons. So again, that's probably the big reasons why Northwest Arkansas is going to make that tech scene, and not the ways you always think, but really it might be something very like the second layer, third layer of the cake that is kind of bubbling, so to speak. And eventually, as the Northwest Arkansas continues on and as more eyes point to it, it might become a more national speaking spot, if you want to say it that way, here pretty soon. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you have not been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. Literally a package full of all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. It comes with a 120-page guide, literally a guide of all the things you want to know about Northwest Arkansas. Education, systems, anything, all the cool things to do here. Comes with that guide. Plus, it comes with the 3-day itineraries, which I mentioned before, and it comes with postcards, everything you want to know about Northwest Arkansas, and it comes with a handy-dandy Northwest Arkansas coloring book. Do it for the coloring book. I mean, come on now. Anyways, it's a little package literally shipped right to your home. Enter your name and address below. I'll make sure to get that package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite filler F word. Free! So enter your information below and make sure to get that package shipped to you right away. All right, guys, I'll see you next one.